Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you're trying to crack the civil services exam, reading the daily newspaper often feels like trying to drink from a fire hose, right? There's just so much noise out there, and let's be honest, half of it isn't actually going to help you write a better mains answer. So today, as your mentor, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're taking today's edition of the Assam Tribune and transforming it into a high-yield, perfectly mapped blueprint for your general studies papers. Think of this as your premium masterclass in connecting daily events directly to your syllabus.
Here's our agenda for today. First, GS1, Heritage and Ecology. Then, GS2, Polity and Governance. Third, GS3, Economy, Environment, and Security. Fourth, GS4, Institutional Ethics. And finally, GS5, Assam's Broadcast Governance.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, GS Paper 1, Heritage and Ecology. For your art and culture syllabus, it's absolutely crucial that you track how regional traditions are gaining global footprints. For example, Assamese folk singer Rumi Saikia recently won the Mahashram Guru honor at a massive festival over in Vietnam. This is a huge milestone for bringing Northeast Indian folk traditions onto the international stage. And domestically, we have a brand new biography by Prasenjit Nath, detailing how Zubin Garg really bridged the gap between regional Assamese music and the national mainstream. These aren't just fun entertainment stories, they are prime, real-world examples of cultural integration and soft power that are absolutely ready to be cited in your mains answers.
Now shifting gears to the exact opposite end of GS Paper 1, our geography and ecology. We need to talk about Deep Orbeal. It holds immense ecological value as a 4,000-hectare Ramsar site. It basically acts as Guadahai's vital stormwater reservoir, not to mention it's a crucial elephant habitat. Yet it's facing some extremely severe urban threats right now. Toxic leachate from the West Boregon dumping ground, illegal landfilling, and ongoing railway construction. Environmental activists are actively pushing for ecotourism and stronger legal protections here, which makes this wetland a literal textbook case study on the intense friction between rapid urban growth and vital ecological preservation.
Moving on to Section 2, GS Paper 2, Polity and Governance.
Okay, look at these numbers. Women make up virtually half the electorate in Assam. We're talking 49.98%, and they actually showed up with a massive 86.50% voter turnout. Yet when you look at their representation in the 126-member Assam Legislative Assembly, it is a dismal 5.5%. That's just 7 women legislators. When you're writing about political empowerment or gender disparity in governance, this is exactly the kind of hard data you need to substantiate your arguments. It's one thing to vaguely say representation is low, it is a whole different ballgame to prove it with stark numbers like these.
But hey, governance doesn't just stop at the state assembly, right? It happens right in our neighborhoods. The Guwahati Municipal Corporation, or GMC, is actively pushing a really interesting, decentralized, community-driven model. They've launched this Swachhata competition with a 3 lakh rupee top prize to financially empower local Mahila and Onyan Samitis. By reducing waste collection fees to encourage participation and promoting a light purple kabu color, which is inspired by Assam's state flower for neighborhood beautification. This is participatory governance in action. However, we have to remember that decentralized governance also means tackling the unglamorous everyday realities. Community empowerment is fantastic for sure, but policy on paper really must translate to reality. Civic bodies still have to roll up their sleeves and address the real ground-level municipal issues, things like open drains, failing infrastructure, and basic sanitation. Neighborhood beautification is wonderful, but at the end of the day, the municipal pipes still need to work.
Let's move into Section 3, GS Paper 3, Economy, Environment, and Security.
10,601 crore rupees. Let that sink in. That is a massive planned investment for a new ammonia urea plant under AVCFCL in Namrup. Now, why does this matter for your economy syllabus? Because it strongly signals a major revival of Assam's historic legacy in the fertilizer sector. It represents large-scale industrial growth, absolutely vital agricultural support for the Northeast, and even sets up future capabilities for green ammonia production. This is exactly the kind of heavy infrastructure push that can literally transform regional economies.
On the environmental front, we have a brilliant piece of scientific innovation you definitely need to add to your vocabulary. Fecal glucocorticoid metabolite analysis, or FGM. Anchor this as a critical keyword for conservation. It's basically a non-invasive way to measure chronic stress in animals, like the endangered western hulock gibbons, simply by testing their droppings. Think about it. Even if a forest looks perfectly green and healthy from a satellite, FGM can actually reveal if the animals inside are silently suffering from human disturbance or habitat fragmentation. It is like an invisible early warning system for our ecosystems.
Shifting over to border security, we have a serious update to look at from West Bengal Governor R.N. Ravi. He recently raised alarms noting that around 300 kilometers of the India-Bangladesh border in West Bengal remains unfenced due to land acquisition delays by the state. According to the governor, this lack of fencing, combined with sustained demographic changes in the bordering districts, is creating a real strategic vulnerability for the highly sensitive chicken neck corridor that connects the Northeast to the rest of India. As an aspirant, objectively mapping out these geographical vulnerabilities is absolutely vital for building your internal security framework. Next up, Section 4, GS Paper 4, Institutional Ethics.
Finding really concrete, real-world examples for ethics and corporate social responsibility can sometimes be tough, but today we have a fantastic one. NTPC Bungagan just recently launched a 58 lakh rupee modal science lab specifically targeting under-resourced schools in Kokashar. And look, this isn't just basic charity. It is a textbook demonstration of strong institutional ethics. By actively promoting quality education and scientific learning in marginalized areas, they are fulfilling their corporate obligations to society. Definitely note this down. It's a perfectly reproducible example for an ethics case study on corporate governance.
And finally, Section 5, GS Paper 5, Assam's Broadcast Governance.
Think about this for a second. All India Radio Guwahati's educational broadcasts started way back in 1948. For over half a century, they quietly supplemented classroom teaching across the state. But what makes this a truly stellar governance model is its incredible resilience. When the 2020 pandemic locked everything down, this existing broadcast infrastructure seamlessly pivoted to become a critical educational lifeline for thousands of students across Assam. It just goes to show that sometimes the most effective governance tools are the ones that have been quietly doing the work for decades, long before the internet was even a buzzword.
So, as we wrap up, remember that the newspaper isn't just a collection of random events. It is literally a living textbook of the exact challenges you're going to face as a future administrator. From the ecological stress bubbling up in Deepor Beale to the decentralized waste management experiments of the GMC, these aren't just dry facts to memorize. They are real problems waiting for your future solutions. So my final question to you today is, how will you apply today's news to tomorrow's governance? Connect these dots, elevate your preparation, and I will see you in the next explainer.